Hi everybody and welcome to the Parents Information Meeting about the Nest. The Nest is a new classroom in our school that will run from September 2022. It's our newly developed inclusion hub where children will attend for individualised academic or nurture support, and it will run every morning in school. In the afternoons, the children will return to their own year groups. The Nest is an additional classroom in our school. It will be recognised as its own classroom and have its own parents' evening and parents' information meeting such as this one. In the Nest will be myself, Mrs. Field, as the teacher, Miss Marsden, who will carry out all of our pastoral and nurture support, and Mrs. Folden, who will carry out the speech and language support and one-to-one reading. The children working in the Nest are all really familiar with these three members of staff and already have a really good working relationship with them. Other members of staff that you as parents and families might come across is Angela Park, who is our family support worker. Angela is brilliant at offering families advice and strategies to use at home, to put you in touch with any services that might help, or just to offer a helping hand with anything that might come across in family life. She works in school every Monday and every Wednesday. As the Nest is a new classroom in our school, it will run a little bit differently to what you're used to for dropping off in the morning. So as the Nest will be its own classroom, it will have its own door, which is in the picture here. This used to be the old entrance for the reception door. We will still have a staggered start just like everybody else, 8:45 to 8:50. So the children will come to this door here, which is right round the back of school, where they will meet me in the morning, and they will be collected from their afternoon class, which can be seen on the information for their relevant year group. Home time is just the same at 3:20, so they will be dropped off and picked up from different classroom doors. PE uniform is exactly the same as the rest of the school, and you can find the specifics to that on the parents' information meeting for your child's year group. PE days will be just the same as the PE days for that year group. For year 1 children, that will be a Wednesday afternoon. For year 2, Thursday and Friday afternoon, and year 3 will be a Wednesday afternoon. Because the children will be in the Nest all morning, they will take part in PE when it's on in an afternoon in their class, but not in the morning. And just a reminder that uniform is black joggers, tracksuit bottoms, white t-shirt and school or navy sweatshirts, and plain trainers please. And on those hot days, which we've had a lot of recently, you can wear dark shorts. Mr. Johnson will still be leading PE next year alongside the class teacher. We do still ask that the children don't bring backpacks into school. The reason being is reading books are in bags, and if they go into their locker, books can get missed to be changed and because they're not in their tray, and it's just a lot easier for everything to be in one place in the child's tray. So children in the Nest will have their own tray in the Nest and in their own classroom, so they'll have two. They'll still have their own locker, which will be in their classroom or just outside their classroom. And in the Nest, they will have their own coat peg. So when they come in the morning, they can bring everything with them and not have to go back and forth to the classroom. They'll have everything where they need it to be. We do ask that they'll bring a book bag and a lunchbox if needed, if they have school dinners. As I said earlier, punctuality and attendance is really important. So drop-off is still 8:45 to 8:50 and lessons start at 9 a.m. In the 10 minutes from 8:50 to 9 o'clock, the children take part in morning work. So as soon as the children come in to the Nest, they will be asked to do a task straight away to get them engaged in their lessons and used to learning straight away. It's really important that the children arrive on time, they don't miss that crucial bit of learning. Please phone by 9:30 if your child is going to be absent and not via Class Dojo. And Mrs. Geldard is unable to give any authorised absence for holiday during school time, so please only book holidays during planned school holiday times. Any persistent absentees will be reported to our attendance officer, and contracts may be drawn up so that the children arrive on time and are in school every day. Punctuality is so important for our children. It keeps a routine, they don't miss any learning, and it makes sure that everybody's doing exactly the same thing. And as I mentioned before, home time is 3:20 every day. In the nest, every child will have one-to-one reading every day. Just like every other classroom, we're asking that they read at home 3 times a week, and the diary needs to be signed so that we know that we can change the books. Staff in the nest will be changing reading books rather than the staff in the children's afternoon classrooms. Birthday books can also be purchased either for the nest or the child's relevant year group. And for anybody who's not sure what the birthday book list is, we changed it recently so that children weren't bringing sweets anymore for the rest of the class, and instead, if they wanted to do something really nice, they could buy a book, we put their name in the front, everybody knows it's from them, and it goes in the class library. It's a lovely thing to do. Mrs. Hankin has also made some videos on our school website, which I'll just be able to show you here. And on these videos, they're just on the icons below here, and it shows you importance of reading with your child at home, and also there's a video there on how we teach reading in school, which is really, really crucial to help with your child reading at home. For our phonics, we now follow Lancashire Red Rose phonics scheme, and the children will be taught phonics every day in the nest in either a very small group or in some cases one-to-one. As I mentioned earlier, reading books are sent home weekly, and we may send home some relevant keywords to help where necessary. Phonics is really, really important, and a massive reason why it's important for children to come to school on time is so that they don't miss the start of that phonics. It's 20 minutes per day, and it's really, really beneficial for the child to have that session every day in order to progress in their reading as much as they can. In the nest, the work is very specifically pitched to the children. We've got a really good mixture of group teaching and one-to-one teaching, and a transition meeting has already taken place between teachers of the before and after year groups, so that everything can be passed on so that the teachers know exactly where that child is starting from. We've got really good regular communication between staff in school, and from September we plan to have regular communication between the nest and relevant year groups. So please don't worry if you're thinking that your child's class teacher won't know as much about them, because we will make sure that they still do. The behavioural expectations will be exactly the same between the nest and the classes that the children go back to in an afternoon. This will really help with consistency and what the children know to expect from every adult in school. Children in the nest will also have access to their own sensory box, which will contain things that they can do: fidget toys, sensory toys, chew toys if needed, things that are going to help them self-regulate and be able to get back on track to get on with their learning as soon as possible. The children that are in the nest will be able to access those from their classrooms in the afternoon as well to help with consistency. The school website shows what our curriculum is for each year group. Foundation subjects such as history, geography, science, PE will all be taught in the afternoons back in their children's relevant year groups. If you click on the link below, it will take you to the relevant page on the website where you can have a look at the overview for each year group, and you can see exactly what's being taught there for the foundation subjects. And just like any other year group, if you're requiring stoppers or breakfast club, you can book online. It's an online system now, so there's a link there that you can click to fill in the form. Breakfast Club runs from 7:45 to 8:45 and is £3.50 per session. And Stoppers runs from 3:20 to 5:45 and is £8.20 per session. And next year it will still be Mrs. Tickle who is leading both of those clubs. In the Nest, our timetable will be different for every child, but every child will receive the following: feelings time every day, phonics, maths, one-to-one reading, speech and language where it's relevant if the child has a plan, some independent time to carry out a task on their own, sensory break, some fine motor skills and handwriting practice, and a social skills group. And that will take place every single morning, and the child's timetable will stay the same every day. If you did want to know specifically which order your child will be doing those things in, please just ask and I'll be able to pass that on to you. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope you found some things useful there. If you've got any other questions about the Nest, I know it's very new to our school, but you are more than welcome to give me a call at school or pop in and ask anything that you'd like to. Thank you very much.